Where was I when the world stopped turning? Well, I was in 3rd grade, and it was show and tell, and for like the 16th time in a row, I brought my pillow, which I still have, and I still show it off whenever I can. And this rag doesn't give it really justice, but it's so destroyed that I have to put it in a pillowcase. But we were just about to get started, and all of a sudden my teacher gets a phone call, which never happens. It was just a normal day. And she goes over and she answers the phone. And what happened next was unimaginable. I could never forget it. She sat down in her chair, and her hand was covering her mouth, and she started to cry. And us kids didn't know what was going on. We were confused. We were like, what's going on? What's wrong? And then overhead announcement came on. It was like, turn your TVs on to whatever news channel. And that's when the first plane hit the Twin Towers. And everybody was saying that. It was like, it can't be real, it can't be imaginable, like, who would do this? And we just had no idea what was going on. And it was just unimaginable. It was like a dream. Like, this could never happen to us. Like, really? But it did. And when I was a freshman, throughout the years, you hear more stories about what happened and how it happened, the stories on how they escaped, how they died, and stuff like that. And my freshman year of high school, we actually watched a documentary in my science class on 9/11. And it was a documentary where these two brothers or friends were making a movie about firefighters. And what they didn't know is that the next day, 9/11 happened. And the firehouse that they were at, they were the first responders for the Twin Towers. And so they followed them around to the first Twin Tower, I believe. And you see all these men and women filing out and just like scared and shocked and just like don't know what to do. Like, they're panicking, but they exit in an orderly fashion. And then what happened next is that when you turn the camera, all of a sudden you see like this, like a square rectangle, like a rectangle type thing hit the ground. And what they found out later, that it was a body that jumped from the top story of the Twin Towers because they were trapped and they didn't know what to do. So they either had the choice of burning alive or jumping out of the building, and they chose to jump out of the building and end their life that way. And people say it's stupid. Like, people are like, why did they do that? That's so stupid. They had no other option. They had like a double-edged sword. They either jump out or they burn to death. Which, in my opinion, I would have jumped out and did the same exact thing, so I wouldn't feel any pain. And when years go by and by, more stories come out of heroics of a man who saved 50 people from the very top of the towers before the first tower went down, and they got out safely. And it's just amazing to ever imagine something like that happen, or what happened in the plane, on the plane, what happened when they took over and they hit the Twin Towers. You don't really expect going on a plane to be like, I'm coming home, to the point where you're hitting either a ground in Pennsylvania or the Twin Towers. It's like, you don't wake up every day knowing that it might be your last. And 12 years ago it happened. And I'll never forget it. And the years go on, and I'll still never forget what happened. And it's just amazing. And that is my where were you when the world stopped turning?